So on the Iron Throne, following Aegon I, Aegon the Conqueror, came Ā'næs I, Aegon's son. Then Maegor I, brother of Ā'næs I, who stole the throne from Ā'næs' sons. But before that, Maegor was married to a woman, Ceryse Hightower. So this video, let's talk about his first bride. Ceryse Hightower stood at the uneasy crossroads of crown and faith. A daughter of Lord Manfred Hightower of Oldtown and niece to the High Septon, she was bred for ceremony, trained for piety, and married for policy. Ceryse was born into a Hightower of the Reach, courtly, devout, and impeccably placed in the faith's good graces. When Queen Visenya proposed betrothing her son Prince Maegor Targaryen to his niece Princess Rhaena, the High Septon thundered against it and advanced his own kin instead. Thus, in 25 AC, at the Starry Sept, beneath crystal and candlelight, 13-year-old Maegor wed 23-year-old Ceryse. The union was carefully done. The faith gained proximity to the Dragon Throne, and the Targaryens gained the faith's blessing. From the first, the marriage bore the marks of imbalance, age, temperament, and destiny pulling in different directions. Maegor boasted that he had a lusty bedding, yet no children came. As Ā'næs' brood multiplied, Maegor's patience thinned into accusation. By 39 AC, he named Ceryse barren and took Alys Harroway to wife, embracing polygamy in open defiance of the faith that had crowned his marriage. The High Septon commanded Maegor put aside the whore of Harroway and return to Ceryse. The prince instead chose exile and Pentos rather than obedience. The faith attempted remedies of its own. Septon Mummerson was tasked with making Ceryse fertile, but there was no miracle. Ceryse instead withdrew to Oldtown, a wife in name only. When Maegor returned to Westeros after Ā'næs I died in 42 AC, he seized the Iron Throne and announced yet another marriage to Tyenna of the Tower, his Pentoshi paramour. This would be wife number 3. Oldtown braced for a reckoning. However, when the king and his mother Visenya marched south, the High Septon died suddenly before they arrived. Very suspicious, like someone on their side had planned an assassination. Maegor lingered in the city for half a year, dealing with the warrior sons and making a show of sovereign justice where the faith had long reigned. In the interval, Ceryse and Maegor reconciled. Sort of. She agreed to acknowledge his other marriages. He swore to restore her incomes, presidents, and style as lawful queen. A feast sealed the bargain, the marriage was renewed, and Ceryse returned to court in King's Landing, yet still no children came. Shortly after the Red Keep was completed in 45 AC, Ceryse died of a sudden illness. King's Landing sped to fill the silence with whispers that she had angered the king, that Sir Owen Bush cut out her tongue at Maegor's command, that in the struggle her throat was slit and the queen bled out while Sir Maladin Mor held her fast. No proof ever surfaced. Maladin called the tale slander and spat a cruel remark that she instead had died of shrewishness. Chroniclers generally dismiss the murder story as enemy propaganda, crafted to further blacken Maegor's reputation. But the stain remained. In a reign where terror was policy and policy often personal, the rumor felt plausible because the king had made it so. What then is Ceryse Hightower's legacy? She did not found a cadet branch or birth a line of kings. Her name anchors no victory banners, yet her life illuminates 3 truths of the early Targaryen century. 1. Marriage as a statecraft. Ceryse's wedding was the faith's highest wager on shaping royal conduct. It failed not because she lacked virtue, but because Maegor would not be ruled by sacrament. 2. The perils of piety in a dragon's court. A queen raised in Oldtown's measured rites found herself bound to a husband who made new rites of his own. 3. How power writes and rewrites women's histories. Ceryse exists to us largely through other men's purposes, a High Septon's niece, a king's first wife, a maester's cautionary note. The rumors that attend her death are a mirror, reflecting more about Maegor's tyranny and the realm's fear of it than about the woman herself. In the end, Queen Ceryse Hightower is a study in the limits of ceremony against naked will. She entered history through a sept door opened by the faith, stood her place as queen, and left the stage beneath a shroud of speculation.